Hello, hey Tristan, this is the part one of the video I said I'd take for you in regards to it. This one's specifically about the fighting with the Pell, fighting on the Pell, practicing various blows. It's working on the idea that you're going for a sword forward stance, because when you're fighting me you were working with the sword forward. I'm just giving you a couple of things to work on that I worked on when going from a sword back here to a sword front stance. So there's going to be 6 things that I'm just going to emphasize with you. When you've got a sword forward stance like this, especially if you started with your sword behind your head, you find that the power generation is somewhat different. A lot of people who go to a sword forward stance when they go throw a blow do this. You need to move their sword backwards before going forwards. It's something that you basically have to go to the Pell and sit there practicing going. Makes any sense? Throwing it from that neutral position, making sure that you're learning to generate power with your core muscles, your arm, the step, and also be combined with the step. That's how I found myself doing it, attempting to do that, so I'm not doing this. So as your sword goes backwards, not only is it a tell that your opponent can pick up on, you're leaving yourself open to be hit on the head. Okay, fairly standard. Okay, but what you do is you go to the Pell then and you practice all those blows you would have practiced. You know, using the 6 of 1 drill, for example. You know, not doing this, you're not going. What you do is go, restart, making sure that you're forward, power going forward with the blow. Combine it with the step. Not a bad way of doing it. There are 5 specific drills that we're going to give you to work on. First one is a wrap drill. I'm throwing that in just because we throw a lot of reps up here, and this is one variation I found that to be quite useful. Basically going to throw 5 variations of the wrap on the Pell. First one is a low wrap. Low wrap. Used in close. Body wrap. You can imagine what you're doing there is aiming for their elbow. Head wrap. High wrap. Then if you want to, from there, and some people like this one, I practice this one just throwing to that side. Because a lot of people, especially once they're learning to block a wrap like this, with a wrap block, will actually misread this as a... You can actually tag them in the arm or the head. So what it does is it becomes... What you're doing is just throwing with it. The one that varies a lot is this one. As you go across, either way it'll vary from some angle from there to there when you're throwing it. The next drill after that one is the idea of powering from the front forwards. I'm going to throw a 2-blow combination in. So you've got the, we're going to go with a shallow offhand, and then a deep onhand. So it becomes step, roll, combined with a step. What you're learning to do is just quickly go. Now remember, go to range, take a step, step. There's my thrusting tip goes flying. I'm practicing that one, so go out of range, step, step, basket in front of the face. Okay, so we're not doing this. Okay, just trying to learn again that forward stance with the sword in front of your face. Then we're going to try the other side. Go to guard, step, roll, again, step. And he's practicing rolling around. Again, it's just a rolling in front of your face with it back and forth. One of the hardest things I found with this sort of forward stance was throwing an offhand to the head from this position. So what I learned to do, I learned to power it from here while taking a step. So it becomes... And I found myself just sitting there going on the Pell, taking a step away, going... What I'm doing is I'm engaging my stomach muscles and pushing forward. Moving to there. And that's the one way that I found to get around the forwards, having the sword forward rather than doing something like this. Or both of those are valid blows, but from that sword forward stance for speed, that's the blow I started going with. Probably the only other final thing I would sort of mention to you is some of the drills we're going to do in part 2 of this, with we're going to get Edmund's help on this, is just more of the sword forward stance idea. You've really got to practice it on the Pell, the 1 to 6 blows system. Just practice them on the Pell with your sword forward. Remember to get your shield in position too. After you think you're feeling comfortable with the power generation, get your shield in position. Then try it with the shield, because it all becomes really different. Okay, we'll end it there and we'll have part 2 shortly.